Good evening, traders. April 28th. This is MR Strategies, post closed, and fairly obvious day. We've been in a trading range pretty much for most of the week. Market trying to extend on its contract high, losing interest, rolling over, but it keeps holding above 70. And I've been talking about that throughout the week. That's the area that you got to pay attention to. In fact, this week has been just amazing in regards to every possible trade from the pivot, which is usually the first most significant level in a bull trend extreme or any bull trend uh, trading session. And pretty much all day it played out. I mean, it was almost predictable. Um, we started out the morning right away. They sold off right on the open, and they rammed them right into the pivot, setting you up for your first trade of the day. Pivot reversal. There we go. First trade starts you out, put some money in their pocket, area to area. Got up to R1 and then reversed, provided your next trade, which was the short. This one meandered a little bit, tried to squeeze some people out, and then continued back to the pivot, area to area. And, that's how you can pick apart a trading range. Be patient, play the areas. You're going to be amazed how successful your trades are going to be. And you're not going to take a lot of heat on them on top of it. This was another long position from the pivot. This one kind of stalled, but it paid out. Um, and this one was probably much better because this blew out the original overnight low. And 72 was a big number, and I'm gonna have to once again I'm gonna bring the daily chart in place so you understand why and how I emphasize certain areas. And I mean, look at that trend line, comes right in at 72. Okay, so for the most part, the market is going to hold. In fact, I want you to take a look at one other piece of. I want you to look at the Dow and look at how well the Dow held 33,700, although they closed below it, which something's up here. I'm a little concerned about this right here. So there's a possibility something else might be going on, and you're going to want to pay attention to it. But these moving averages are really important, guys. It says a whole lot. So there's two key stop spots, and the rest of the day was what it was, and it was an inside day, just like it's been all week. And whatever it ran up to the contract highs or near the contract highs, it faltered. And this is how you have to trade the extremes and be ready for reversal positions. And then again later in the day, another. This must have been the fourth pivot long, and this one really paid out nicely. This one wasn't as strong. Actually, it was much stronger than this one. This one from 72 up to 86. This one went from 76 to 90 to the next contract high, which we made interday because I know we made this high overnight in Europe, and now I think we double topped, or actually we took it out 93 half, and look, ran out of steam again. And this is what's going to happen even in a bullshit extreme. It's going to be hard to get people to maintain those highs and to get new buyers up there, and you're just going to get profit taking, and that's exactly what happened. It rolled over right before 1 o'clock, and they slammed them, and they basically came here. They hesitated at R1, but once again, this is something that this platform provides, and it's hard for those who don't trade at this particular platform. Maybe it shows up differently on others, but once again, this ribbon is the beginning of the trend, and look how far price is away from that trend. And usually it makes attempts like to get to it or through it like it does here, but this is a location. You expect it to turn through. And this time it failed. Not once, but twice. This was, if you didn't get it here, You should have been in on it right in here. And this would have taken you back down to the pivot for what would have been about the fifth or sixth pivot long. So, even in a tight trading day, if you're just patient and even if you stayed to one side of the market and didn't do anything else, you would have had five successful trades. And I mean successful, simple to handle trades. Okay. And trust me, your stops wouldn't even been close to being tapped. So, you know, it's just smart trading, and this is why I continuously emphasize it. And here's another pivot reversal, but this is late. So yet again, the market continues to prove much of what I'm trying to preach. In fact, if none of you or any of you are even interested in this platform, I believe that the owner is running a promotion and a open house over the next two trading sessions. I strongly suggest checking it out. You can learn a lot. He's really good at what he does, and he get you started trading and understanding the platform, and then where you go from there is entirely up to you. But this is a really simple day. There's not much to teach today. It is what it is. Pivot reversal longs all day long, and it's playing out like that in this bull trend. And yet again, it can't even get to the extreme lower areas. I mean, today the pivot was all we got, and sometimes that's all you're going to get. Yesterday was a great day because it got down into the S's, the support levels, and it proves again that price is just not ready to roll over, and the value seekers come in and buy it. So, this is why I talk about the locations and be ready to engage in your trading and taking advantage of it. So, those in some simplistic form. I don't even know. So here's our numbers for tomorrow. I'll take a quick look. I mean, this pivot keeps going higher. And 80 has been the congestion zone. 92 has been where the contract high has been petering out. I'm sure 70, sure 70 is your support. That's fairly obvious. You've been playing out like this like this all week, all week. Look at all the bounces off of 70. Bounce, 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 bounce. This one was a little lower. This one got down to 65. So I don't know. I guess you could look at this. And let's take a quick look last before I sign off. Let's just take a look. I mean, this trend line with prices. I don't know. It's something's gonna something possible could happen here. We're being pressed right now. Like I said, the Dow is kind of clinging to that 18 MA on a daily, and we're sitting, and ours are right now at 64 and 40 respectfully. So I don't know if we're going to roll. I just don't. But, you know, this is why you look at the lower MAs just in case you break out of this trading range. And a breakout most likely is going to come under 70. If they can't hold 70, you're going to get leakage, and then you're going to approach the 62, 63 area, which is the 9 daily MA, and then, and that'll be a test of earlier week's low if in fact it plays out. I just don't know, guys. I really don't. This market continues to impress to the upside, but beginning, usually when it gets choppy like this, like today's session was pretty whippy back and forth, but it was very tradable and successfully, I might add. So I don't know. We're just going to have to see how this plays out over the next 2 days and whether or not they are going to maybe squeeze it out and maybe take some money off the table for good. So all we can do is wait and continue to trade it and take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves. So this is MR Strategies on the 28th of April. It'll be real interesting how they close out this month. I am actually very curious to see how it might play. So right now you're in a bull trend extreme. The opportunities and higher probabilities are to the upside, but as I always suggest, Pay attention to the areas. Your daily pivot, whether or not price is holding your moving averages early and or late. Today was all over the board, but it was really tradable. So hope you guys did well today. There were so many great opportunities, even in a tight range. So have a great night, guys. And yeah, once again, if any of you are actually watching these videos, contact QuickPop. They're doing an open house. It's a good time to pay attention and see what they're all about and not just have to listen to me. All right? You guys take care. Have a great night. Be good.